Hello everyone. Thanks for checking out another video from CashFlow Rebels. Today we're going to go over one of my favorite stocks in my portfolio, stock ticker CLM, Cornerstone Strategic Value Fund. They are listed in the New York Stock Exchange. This video is going to explain a bit about the stock and why I invest in them. Before we go, please subscribe to our channel to get more details about the stock like this and see how my real portfolio is growing. You will see my actual stocks and learn about each one. So let's get started with CLM. First view here is the stock being at $13.56 on October 27th, 2021. It has a high yield dividend percent of about 14%, and they pay out every month with 16 cents per share. CLM is a closed-end mutual fund that invests in public equity markets around the world, and they invest in other smaller companies within different sectors. The fund started back in 1987, and one thing to be aware of is that it's not an ETF. It's actually a mutual fund, but it's not a type of mutual fund that you're used to seeing in other portfolios. It's a closed-end mutual fund. It's like a CEF, they call it for short. They may seem a bit unpopular, but I'll explain here on the types of funds. CEFs have an initial public offering like a stock and raise money in that IPO to then put that money in whatever they want to hold. They are traded on the same exchange and look similar to an ETF, but they're a little bit different. Open-end mutual funds have no actual limits of shares. So when someone buys more shares, they're automatically created. But when somebody sells the shares, those same shares, they are taken out of circulation. So with closed-end funds, there is a set limit of shares, and this could potentially be a good thing because it offers a capital gain to their shares. So it brings more value in that one share. CEFs usually also have a strategy for high income because they have more freedom. They can make changes anytime they want. ETFs and open-end funds have to report changes each month or quarterly, but CEFs can make changes daily if they want to, and this helps manage their risk and also bring out more money into the fund. CLM is really playing in a league of their own, and when we take a simple look at their dividend history, one main point I like to make, because it's important to see, is that they never stop paying a dividend. Yes, in the past 2 years, they've been lowering their dividends, but I think that's better than never getting any. Some companies stopped paying dividends altogether, but even during the pandemic, they still paid out a dividend every month. This is important to me because it's still a solid response to how they are managing their portfolio. Last time they did a dividend increase was back in 2015, but I feel some good changes are going to happen because even in 2015, they overextended. And since then, I think they've been kind of just lowering every year after because they were balancing out the way the market behaved and to readjust to the real average of the dividend payouts. Even now, the price being over $13, it's actually fully recovered from the pandemic dip, and it's still paid a dividend every month. When you look at the full history of this stock, it will tell another story because remember, when I mentioned about the closed-end funds, they can change their holdings at any time. When this happens, this is an example of something bad. In the past, they must have held something to make it drop from its high price. Something must have changed, and something must have changed with the management or their holdings, and that might have been a reason why it dropped, but it's been pretty stable for the past 2-3 years. So even today, their funds are very diverse. And according to Seeking Alpha, they hold just about the same stocks as the S&P 500. So they're very diverse and very much growing into new things. My current holdings for CLM is about 295 shares. This gives me a payout of about $47 a month and $564 a year. So far, I've been matching every single month. So every time I get a payout, I basically put in about another $50 a month, just based on my budget and based on whatever I can afford for now. But I do plan to increase it as I continue to reinvest these dividends and you'll be able to see my portfolio. I'm going to do another video soon to show some live trades and maybe just some updates on the stocks that I'm using for my dividend portfolio. So really appreciate you guys watching. Thank you guys for everything. Give this video a thumbs up if you really like it. Drop me a comment on other stocks that you guys want me to review, or any stocks that you guys want me to even just talk about or maybe look at in between my portfolio and everything. Thanks for watching.